Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between ReiGn and bly4eg here on Amazonia. And I'm looking forward to this replay. Amazonia is not one of those maps that are used that often, so hopefully I will get to see some new strategies, some new creeping patterns, as opposed to the typical orc versus undead on like Turtle Rock where the orc just runs around and grabs items. Right now we have a crypt, altar of darkness, and a ziggurat currently being built, so pretty much a standard opening from the undead player. No necropolis first, although I have to say that was probably one of the most interesting games I've casted in quite some time. bly4eg now getting that additional acolyte ghoul running over here to try to mine a little bit faster so he doesn't have to walk as far. And right now I'm pretty much waiting for what the strategies are really going to be right now. Orcs generally have the upper hand right now in this orc versus undead matchup. A lot of the undead players that I've seen during interviews say that they just have no real way to counter that Blade Master. Even with that dust of appearance, even with trying to get that frost armor from that Lich, there is just so much to handle with that Blade Master that it is really hard for undead right now. And you know, it's been a little bit switched since a couple years back when undead seemed to have the advantage against orc. Right now that acolyte now moving out to do some scouting. You're going to head off, and this map is particularly small, so that Blade Master will be able to in fact do a lot of creeping and harassing. So pretty much if the strategy goes according to plan, ReiGn is most likely going to go the Blade Master, get a Shadow Hunter second, get the Blade Master, try to get to level 2, perhaps level 3 before that Shadow Hunter comes out, use those grunts, and then try to get the Shadow Hunter to level 3 and then just finish off the game that way. Meanwhile, most likely we're going to have a Death Knight followed by a Lich, trying to tech to Black Citadel, try to get that Orb of Corruption, and getting Frost Armor as that first item. So we'll see if I guessed correctly in this particular matchup. Right now we have that Blade Master already out, now trying to do some creeping, trying to take down this level 5, level 3 creep camp, and now that Acolyte doing a good job of just holding up that grunt for just a little bit, trying to take down that Renegade Wizard. Renegade Wizard will be taken down without any issue at this point, and that Blade Master taking a fair amount of damage right now. So Blade Master goes down, Ring of Protection +2, and now we have that Rogue trying to chase down that Blade Master. Well, Blade Master trying to pull away from that aggro so that Rogue doesn't hit him and starts hitting that grunt, and not really doing a good job there. Right now we also have ReiGn now getting some skeletons and now going to try to creep out this level 5, level 3 creep camp at the same time. He's doing a good job of trying to creep in a little bit of the map. He doesn't want to try to creep out his own Goblin Observatory at this time because he knows that he won't be able to get back as close to his base and not be able to retreat as easily. Taskmaster now down to 400, 300 hit points. We'll see if he uses a Death Coil to finish it off, or if that Blade Master will be able to get over in time. Now Taskmaster uses that Dust of Appearance, and down it goes. Oh, Manual of Health picked up by that Blade Master. Wow, very nicely done. ReiGn using that speed. I think he used a speed scroll in order to get over there very quickly, and now trying to fight back against that Blade Master. Blade Master is now sitting at level 1, almost level 2. Death Knight pretty much the even on experience right now. Right now that Death Knight now trying to put down a sentry ward, so very nicely done. That Death Knight has a sentry ward, so we'll be able to keep track of that Blade Master. Blade Master on the other hand gonna buy Circuit of Nobility and Boots of Speed most likely. Waiting for it. He's just loitering at the shop waiting for it. Boots of Speed, no Circuit of Nobility just quite yet, and those ghouls now trying to chase down that grunt. Perhaps we'll get a surround on a grunt right here. No Unholy Aura, so it's going to be a little bit harder to do. And and that grunt is able to just squeeze away just a little bit. And good job from ReiGn. ReiGn doing a good job trying to make sure that that grunt doesn't get surrounded. And now going to try to surround that Blade Master. Blade Master now going to be trying to use a Dust of Appearance, perhaps trying to take down some of those ghouls. A single ghoul getting pulled back right there as that Blade Master trying to run back away. Death Knight not using a Death Coil to deal any damage to that Blade Master. Blade Master is once again getting healed back up. Perhaps a Death Coil in order to stop the healing. No, not using a Death Coil to stop the healing. I'm quite curious about that, as you know, trying to use those charges on those Clarity or those healing salves is very important. If you can just use those charges on those healing salves, it's going to force the Death Knight or the Blade Master to try to return back to his base. 3 grunts now trying to creep out a level 3, level 1 creep camp. Blade Master now sitting up to level 2 as those grunts were able to give him some experience, and now that Death Knight now trying to take down some of these Taskmasters does not have a Dust of Appearance, does not have any sentry wards, going to be in a little bit of of a predicament if he tries to take down any of these units right now. Oh, nice Death Coil. Death Knight gets to level 2, but the Blade Master is in fact able to get one of those kills off. Death Knight now has level 2, so Unholy Aura to make those ghouls move a little bit faster. Nice Death Coil, long distance Death Coil, but a bash from the Taskmaster, stunning up that ghoul, and oh, that's just an unlucky play for bly4eg as that Blade Master finishes off the kill and is in fact going to take down this Taskmaster. Taskmaster sitting at about 360 hit points right now and taking it down. Death Knight wants to get that death kill steal off. Turbo Taskmaster down to 230 hit points, and that just doing a very nice job. Is he going to be able to do 136? And wow, that's just really funny as that Taskmaster is just continuing to bash those units. So bly4eg making that Taskmaster deal a lot of damage as it's just sitting there. And very nicely done. That Total Taskmaster 142, a lot of micro in this one particular fight, and that trying to continue to push it away down to 112. Oh, gets off an early death coil, and now that ReiGn is unable to. Sorry, and ReiGn is able to pick up the Manual of Health once again, and also grab what was the item? Wand of Illusion. So yeah, very nicely done. Pretty funny there. Right now we have the the Death Knight now by an additional dust of appearances right now as those ghouls are trying to creep out away from that Death Knight. Death Knight may get to level 3, not 100% sure. Shadowhunter is out, and now the Death Knight has to be worried as a Hex. There it goes. Hex is now off, and that Shadowhunter is trying to get a surround off. Death Knight now desperately trying to run away, has boots of speed of his own, and in fact will be able to escape with Unholy Aura and boots of speed. Death Knight now trying to run back in, trying to see what the strategies are going to be. Sees the Spirit Lodge and the Bestiary, so he has to assume Raiders as opposed to Wind Riders. Blade Master now trying to creep out, going to get a Tome of Knowledge on that Blade Master. Blade Master, more hit points, more mana, and oh, nice kill steal right there. Death Knight now sitting at level 2. If he's able to get one additional kill steal off, it will be pretty interesting. That Sasquatch sitting there at 500 hit points. Death Knight just running around, sitting at level 3. At level 2, Death Coil will work. Oh, nice Hex off on the Death Knight. Death Knight now just desperately trying to run away. Once again, Speed Scroll being used. Are we going to get another Hex? Hex currently on cooldown, and there's another Hex. Death Knight trying to run away, that little squirrel just running around, and that Death Knight able to continue to move around. Shadowhunter pretty much out of mana at this point. bly4eg may try to come in and try to finish off this kill. If one more hit on that Sasquatch is enough, as that level 3 Death Coil is pretty much harder, so you're just going to do a surround and not do anything. So this is pretty funny right now, as that Sasquatch is just hitting that Blade Master. He's pretty much getting free hits on that Blade Master right there. Now Spirit Link being cast. Now trying to take down the Sasquatch. Oh, nice long distance kill, and very nicely done. Right now we have that Death Knight running back to his base. We have that Lich currently sitting at level 1. Most likely, yeah, getting Frost Armor as that first ability. And are we attacking the Black Citadel? Yes, we are. So pretty much called the game from the very beginning. I'm hoping that new strategies come out for Orc versus Undead, as the strategies pretty much seem to be very, very similar right now. Blade Master is a little bit behind on leveling right now. Only level 2 on the Blade Master and level 1 on the Shadowhunter. So the Undead player seems to have a little bit of an advantage right now with the level 3 Death Knight and that level 1 Lich. But the Lich is much harder to level without, as opposed to the Shadowhunter. The Shadowhunter can get some healing salve, some clarity potions, and start using healing wave to creep, while the Lich just doesn't really have that much, unfortunately. Lich now getting that Frost Armor on himself or itself. I don't know if it's, yeah, don't know the sex of the Lich. Trying to take down that Sasquatch. Sasquatch taking some damage. Now we have an Obsidian statue coming in to offer some more healing right now. Blade Master now coming in with that Raider. We have that Sentry Ward. That Sentry Ward may reveal, yes, but it's a small map, and now here comes that Shadowhunter. Nice Death Coil on that Lich. Lich now trying to fight back. Very nice Orbital Corruption being purchased by that Lich. Lich giving -5 armor, and now getting a surround on that Spirit Walker. Is he going to try to take on the Spirit Walker or go after a Grunt? Grunt down to now quick Hex, and now that Grunt is down to 278 hit points. And why is he going for that Spirit Walker? That Spirit Walker down to 296, 276 hit points. Death Coil down it goes, and now we have the Death Knight sitting at level 3 and the Lich sitting at level 1. A Shadowhunter trying to heal back up. Spirit Walker is once again rejoining. But in the base right now, Blade Master using that Blade Master with that Wand of Illusion, taking on a lot of the Acolytes. That's going to be a really big problem right now, as one of those illusions are just making it so that the Acolyte is focusing on, or the tower was focusing on the wrong unit. And wow, bly4eg losing 3 of the 5 Acolytes right there. Dust of Appearance being used, and now that Blade Master desperately trying to run away, even with the cold tower. Boots of Speed and Windwalk pretty much nullifies that effect and is able to move back out. We finally have a sacrificial pit in play. That sacrificial pit going to get a shade in order to grab some additional true sight. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between bly4eg and ReiGn here on Amazonia.